Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal. Ruhl, that guy over there, D-Mac, Darren, McCarty, won Stanley Cups and stuff. Look him up. Mike Gentry here in the house. Spencer Raxter here as well. And in the words of Big Mike Gentry, let's have an effing Thursday.
Have a fucking Thursday, boys.
Game day. Let's do it. Absolutely. So we are getting into all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. And Spenny, you sent this last night, and you guys know Terry Foster.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit sports legend, Detroit sports icon, Terry Foster. By the way, jump into the woodwardsports.com chat thread, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, get in there and get your thoughts. We read them all show long. If you're new to the show, appreciate you checking it out. But Terry Foster is a Detroit sports icon. The man's in 30 for 30s. He's been around. We'll say it like that.
He knows Black Santa personally.
He knows Black Santa personally. We're getting to Black Santa season.
Can't wait for the stories.
We're working out a day for Terry Foster to come in right around Christmas time, and we'll talk Black Santa, much to my chagrin. It's the most uncomfortable I've ever been on a microphone.
Wonderful time.
And that too.
Of the year.
And we laugh the most, no question. For those of you that have been with the show since the beginning, you remember Terry Foster and his tales at the Sun Bowl with Black Santa and with Minnie Mouse, D-Mac.
Yes, it is true. Terry has had some escapades, let's just say, with the legendary mouse.
Yes, Minnie Mouse. Yes, the Minnie Mouse. Not in costume at the time, but maybe it was. We don't know. We weren't there.
Yeah.
But Spencer, you sent me a photo yesterday.
Yeah.
And you opened the door to some discussion.
Yeah.
Break this down for everybody.
I just want to make sure Terry had the right Minnie Mouse. Because, Minnie's down on her luck in this picture.
When I first saw that, I thought it was Maz. Yeah. I was like, what's Maz doing smoking?
This is also
moonlighting?
This is a look into Lucas's future when he can't sell insurance door to door when he moves to Florida. So, this is the last week of Lucas. Tomorrow's his last day, and this is what he's got looking forward to him when he can't sell those insurance numbers.
So, hopefully, I'm not here to comment what Terry Foster's into in his personal life. Do whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you a contributing citizen to society. However, that's all.
Yeah, that's all. That's it.
That's it.
I
just want to make sure Terry got the
and-
right Minnie Mouse.
Yep.
Can we put that on the burner and maybe bring that up when Terry's in?
Yeah, we got that.
I'm sure we could.
Thank you.
I'm sure we could. Woodwardsports.com chat thread, jump into there. Tammy Chin, good morning, Neal, Darren, Gentry, and Spencer. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Tammy. Appreciate you sticking around for the Terry Foster discussion. Then she goes on to say, not the outcome I wanted against the Rangers last night, but we played okay. I do want to tap into that. I got out of Callahan Hall last night. The Red Wings had the lead. I was driving home. Big Oakland win, by the way. Detroit Mercy. Since Oakland has joined the Horizon League, they are 18-3 against Detroit Mercy. Some rivalry, huh?
Domination.
But anyway, that being said, the wave hit, right? The wave hit. Rangers, tied the game up, got the go-ahead and the eventual winner in the third. No Dylan Larkin. And D-Mac, before I go to you for comment, BMG, the Dylan Larkin thing, with the way you text about it, seems kind of weird.
What do you mean by that?
Just like, we're not getting the whole story, are we?
No, it might be some personal issues as of now. They put him on active or non-active whatever roster, and I thought originally it was an injury. I brought it up to you guys that he got cross-checked a couple games back, and it looked bad. It might be a back neck injury, but now it's looking as it's more personal, and things haven't came out on that. So as I learn more, I will give you guys that information. But obviously, the Red Wings did still play very well yesterday without Dylan Larkin, but he was a big missing piece. And on a power play that went 1 for 5 yesterday, you definitely needed Dylan Larkin.
Well, those are the games, right?
Right.
And if you watch the game, yes, they played well enough to win, but still they need to play better. And whenever, I don't care what it is, that's one of the things that we have to watch is taking that lead into the third period, whether at home or on the road. And on the road, you got to find a way to get that point. Those are so crucial. Now, I'm not going to sit here and argue, and go in about refereeing or different things like that. But I saw exactly what a lot of you saw last night. DeBrincat get hit from behind. There was a couple suspect non-calls and stuff like this. But again, to the point, Neal, no excuses. You get 5 power plays. You got to find a way to get a point. And you know what? Husso played great.
Really good.
It just was unfortunate. This Ranger team, there's a reason why they're at the top of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
Here's the deal too with me, D-Mac, and where I'm at, because when you notice these things like I did the other night, this is how I know I'm in too deep already, and it's only November. I was beside myself the other night because the Panthers and the Maple Leafs tied and went to overtime.
Yeah, you need these Eastern Conference games to go
to have a result. Now they all got points. Both of them got points, and it crushed me. Damn, to quote Florida Evans. Rest in peace.
And it's a tough thing. And I don't have an explanation for the Lucas Raymond high stick non-call because they said he got his hand. I mean, it's automatic reaction to protect yourself. So it's one of those things, Neal, that you got to play through the referees. And as a team that is trying to establish themselves as a playoff team on the road against other teams,
there's a Cade Cunningham angle to it, right?
You got to play through it. So, again, great opportunity to bounce back again tonight. When we're talking about Dylan Larkin, I'm sure if it's not more serious, but if it's something as of more of length, he's going to miss more time, it'll come out.
Yeah, and it is. He's missed. There is no question about that. On the other side of the coin, Spenny.
Nope.
Good talk. Spenny.
Yeah.
It was 5-0. Crowd was into it. Everything was going well.
Worst lead in basketball.
What happened?
I don't know. Didn't watch a second. Not going to watch a second.
Really?
They lost again?
Against the Lakers, Spencer Raxer didn't tap in. LeBron?
Not watching a second until people in the front office are fired.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Here's how, this is a great segue, Councilman Colosia, out west. D-Mac. Which D-Mac clock is longer at this point, the Tigers or the Pistons? The Tigers, with some of their offseason moves and where they're going, I have a lot more confidence in them getting it right before this Pistons team. I'm with Spenny. Something has to be done. Did I hear a rumor that Tom Gores is going to come off his palatial estate and make a comment?
I don't give a shit about Tom Gores.
Until he makes a move. Well, you do give a shit that he's the one that has to, right, change the front office.
Yeah.
If that's what you want.
He doesn't care about this team. I don't care about him. He can sell the team immediately.
He cares, Spenny.
Hey, then where is he? This is the longest losing streak in franchise history. You're the worst team in the past 5 years in the NBA. Say something. Quit being a bitch. It's your job. Come down and say something. Sheila Ford Hamp did it. She inspired faith in the community, in the team, in the front office. And what they do, they went out there and they turned it around. Tom Gore's too busy getting drunk and throwing T-shirts into the stands.
He's not even here. I mean, Sheila's part of the fabric of the community. He's out worried about out west. He's got other things. It's not a priority to him.
Man, things are going bad, man. Right now. Paul Thomas, 40-year-old LeBron beat you. You have issues. But then Yazin says, I take 40-year-old LeBron over 90% of the league. Real quick, on a side note, this isn't MJ with the Wizards.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And that can hurt your soul to hear like that. I know that'll trigger a lot of people who have been conditioned to hate LeBron, and that's fine. But this ain't MJ with the Wizards shooting 19% from three out there. He's still a factor in this league, a big factor.
Top 5 player.
I was gonna say top 10, and I know people were gonna lose their mind, but yeah, he is a top 10 player in this league, for sure.
Yeah.
For no debate.
Undoubtedly.
Even if you're the biggest Bron hater, you have to admit he's a. D-Mac, explain to the people at his age what he's doing out there.
I mean,
you can't even relate, can you?
There's certain guys that just, they do love this game, and he's a physical specimen. I mean, it's the same thing. It's, well, why can he do it? It's the same. You know what he reminds me of longevity? Why is Chris Chelios? Mm-hmm. You know, and still he's not, you know, he's still younger than Chelly played, 10 extra years and stuff like this. But these guys keep themselves in phenomenal shape.
They sell their soul to the game.
To the game.
They sell their body to the game.
Absolutely.
And you've told me about that. I've heard those stories. Chelios in the sauna, on the exercise bike.
Every day. Twice, 3 times, whatever like this. Just savages, different level. But that's, it's almost like breathing. It seems to certain guys, right? Like playing is like breathing. And to LeBron it is. And I think Chuck Brewer brought up a great comment that we didn't get to. Lakers suffered, and LeBron, one of the worst losses in Philly the night before. So you think he's not going to come back and know that it's time to eat? It's like us back in the day, right? You'd be battling Dallas and you'd be battling Colorado. Then you'd have a game against, say, Phoenix or Columbus or something like that where you go out there and get your points.
I got some screenshots yesterday, and before we go to the break and get into the Lions-Saints game, and there's a couple of different angles we're going to go to. I have my Heisman ballot, updated Heisman ballot we'll get to in the second hour as well. So tons of stuff to get to. Ryan Poulter is a game-time decision for the picks today.
I would be if I had his record, too.
Well, D-Mac, you and I did not have a good 2 weeks. We'll just put it like that.
I don't care, Neil.
We did not have a good 2 weeks.
I've already relinquished it to you. I'm trying to
I left the door open
give the
for you.
sponsor an opportunity to get into second place.
Yeah. I left the door open for you. And you just stood there on the porch.
I didn't,
we'll get into it, though. We'll get into it. He did tell me to tell you, though, because it's the last day of the month down there. So if you are, just kick the tires. That's what he told me to tell you guys. Just go down to Feldman Chevrolet at Novi and kick the tires. It would be a good score going right now. That's all I'm trying to say. They're hustling up towards the end of the month. But I did want to bring this up and ask the question about excuse me. Yeah, got the I got like the borderline cold. It's starting, but it's been starting for a week.
Stewing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if it was...
Spenny understands that, the north-south, traveling
No,
down
it's not a hangover, Spenny. I'm not talking about a hangover. You know when you ride the hangover roller coaster?
Oh, yeah.
Like you wake up and
waves.
you wake up and you're like...
You throw up.
Well,
maybe.
I wake up and I'm like, did I get away with this? Like,
Yeah.
I may have gotten away with this. And then you stand up and you're like, oh, shit, no way.
Yeah.
No, and then the sweat starts for no reason.
Yeah.
And you're like... I am going to throw up.
Yeah.
I am going to throw up. I'm going to. And then it passes, and you're like, was that it? Am I okay?
Yep.
And then like 10 minutes later, you start sweating cold again, and you're like, no, I'm not. You know what? That's not what I'm talking about. This morning. Was that your morning, Spenny?
No. I haven't been getting after it on the weekdays anymore. I'm a changed man.
You know what? I do see you in the gym and everything like
Yeah.
that. At weird times, like Friday nights.
That's what I do. I just go to work, go to the gym, go home, go to sleep. That's my week.
Good for you, Spencer Rax.
Toxic winter loading.
No doubt about that.
It's like a big bear. I love it.
Tammy Chin. Neal Ruhl with the nice hair today. Where'd that nice hair come from, D-Mac?
Oh, absolutely. You can have it, too, if you'd like. Or this nice hair that I got on. Which way do you want it? Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win the trip of your dreams. All expense paid suite to the 2024 NCAA basketball tournament. That's right, no expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men open 7 days a week. Walking anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What about Fairway, Neal?
Fairway Packing Company. You guys know what it is. All the best beef. If you've been out for a nice steak dinner in this town, take a guess. I'll give you one guess where that beef came from. The prime beef, the dry aged beef, the Wagyu beef that everyone's smashing right now. Fairway Packing Company. We were out there. I grabbed a couple of ribeyes. Their ribeyes hit different, everybody. I'm telling you. The best quality ribeyes I ever had. Seasoned them up, threw them on the grill. Incredible. Go to fairwaypacking.com or visit the Grab and Go Steak Shop. You walk in the door, you grab a couple of ribeyes, you go on about your day. Down there in Grosse Pointe. Fairwaypacking.com. The very best meat in the game. Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Winter is here, and if you're dreaming of a new home but feeling the pinch, we've got some fantastic news for you. Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Here's the deal. When you work with a Mark White & Associates realtor, they'll pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, buying a home just became a whole lot easier. Imagine having an extra $5,000 in your pocket this winter. With years of experience and a commitment to making your dreams a reality, Mark White & Associates are your go-to team for all things real estate. The incredible opportunity won't last forever. Call Mark White & Associates today at 248-290-8242 and let them make your winter home buying dreams come true. Visit their website, markwhitesells.com, or call them at 248-290-8242 to hear the full terms of this offer and begin your home search today.
Back at it, Big D Energy. We are off and running. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter. The 4 on the floor here today. Happy to have you all with us. I love Brandon Katz. Jay Daniels was trash in the Alabama game. I know, all 382 all-purpose yards and a couple of touchdowns. Not 60 yards. Not 140 yards and 3 picks. 382 and 2 touchdowns at Alabama. Clearly trash, Katz. Clearly trash. 170 yards rushing. Clearly trash. Clearly. We'll get into that later on, though, in the second hour. I did want to touch on this, though, before we get into the Malcolm Rodriguez and Dan Campbell and all that stuff. You know what, D-Mac? We are out in front of everything here on Big D Energy. You have the other shows here. They're talking about Hendon Hooker and, he's available for practice and, that whole movement. At Woodward, we do digital sports in this state of Michigan better than anybody. That's unquestioned. Check the numbers if you need to. We dominate everybody.
Take that for that.
Yeah, we dominate 97-1. We dominate everybody in the space. Yesterday, we put up 2 posts that were Lions related. Gentry, you sent this to me. You sent this to me.
Needed it.
So we put up a post about Hendon Hooker being eligible for practice. Tons of engagement, no doubt. Absolutely. The quarterback's a hot spot here in Detroit. We also put up a clip about Tom Kennedy.
Kennedy!
Guess which one got more engagement?
Tom Kennedy.
Kennedy! We started a movement. We've taken it to the streets. D-Mac, we're here, and we're at your doorstep.
I mean, reality, and it's big for us. Anytime we get in the flannel's pocket, he's going to owe us a coffee because TK85 is going to be a road warrior at some point. He's on the practice squad. I mean, it is what the people want. And the people show. We put it out there. They tell us. So
and we react.
Wait until he sees some game action.
Yep. So great catch by you, BMG. Appreciate you sending that over.
Got to.
You got to.
I'll do it over and over again for Tom Kennedy.
So maybe, Spenny, the people's champion really is Tom Kennedy.
It could be.
It certainly could be. So I just wanted to put that out there.
I'm about to make a poll. It's going to be a legendary poll.
Kennedy! Send it out there. We'll get to it in a second. I kind of want to wait till you put it up there because I'm going to start. Great question, Roy Rogers. I sent this to you guys a couple days ago. Roy Rogers. Why is 97.1 claiming they are, quote, bricked up? I don't know, Roy. I asked the same question. I move on. But put it out.
Everybody watches Big D.
Yeah, that's right. I'm clearly killing time right now till Spenny puts his poll up, because I'm going to get into a point. He's going to put the poll up. It's going to hijack the show for 30 seconds, and I'll have to circle back. So I'm just waiting. Spenmo's in there clicking feverishly right now.
Well, look at that. Wow, you're putting TK85 against Donnie K?
Yeah.
Wow.
You talking Detroit sports hero of all time.
Yeah. I should have put Zach Zenner in there. But it's all right.
Well, you already got,
Yeah, we got Tom Kennedy.
You got Tom Kennedy.
You covered them all.
So it's up there for you on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Who is the Detroit legend? And obviously it's going to be Tom Kennedy. We know that.
Should be Don Kelly.
It should be Don Kelly, but it's not going to be.
Well, I think that as we age out, 10 years ago, for sure.
76%. We have never had a 4-option poll have a 76% leader before.
It's true.
So, all right. No, but I did want to get into this, though. We got the sound, right, from Dan Campbell?
We do.
Because I'm curious to hear this, because we've seen this matriculate. We've seen Malcolm Rodriguez take a step back in terms of snaps as a linebacker, be involved with special teams, and all of a sudden we see him pop up at the fullback spot. All of a sudden we see him pop up and catch a pass. Dan Campbell spoke on it. What did Dan have to say about it?
Step in and fill that role.
Well, number one, they've all played for us. Jack's taken a number of reps, as Barnes. Germs played in this league. Rodrigo started for us most of the year last year. So I kind of mentioned this before. If there's an area where we have a significant amount of depth, it's in that room. So we have a ton of confidence. Anytime you lose a player like Alex, if that's the case, it's not easy, but we do feel good about that room, man. We think we're going to ask them to do what they do best, and I think they're going to do a good job for us this week.
Just staying with that, what do you do with Malcolm? Just, he's played a lot of offense, obviously. Does he exclusively work on defense just because of the numbers there this week, or how do you?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to take on a bigger load. He plays a little bit on defense, and we're going to need him more on offense too. So we're going to stretch him out here a little bit, but he can handle it. He's got hands too. You saw that. He can flip his hips. He's tough. He's got leverage. He's smart. So it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive.
Now, I'm going to give Spencer Raxter credit, D-Mac, for all of that. Spencer Raxter was the one that discovered Malcolm Rodriguez. It wasn't Brad Holmes. It wasn't the Lions scouting department. It was one man and one man only. It was Spencer Raxter.
The heavyweights did our part. I mean, easy. We saw it. We saw the greatness. We were first on the train.
How bricked up are you listening to that?
Oh, it makes me so happy. I got hype when he made that catch last week.
Flipped his hips on the backfield, looked like a fullback.
He's a good player, man. He's a good player. He's a former safety. He's a former quarterback, so he can do a lot of different things. I'm just excited to see him getting run because he deserves it. He's a ball player. Spencer
Raxter's poll, who is the real people's champion in Detroit? Tom Kennedy right now with 69% of the vote, leading
Nice.
Donnie Kelly, baby, at 21%. I saw a lot of talk about this. Brent says Brandon Inge had incredible defense and he hit 27 home runs one year. Yeah, but Brent, that was all undone when he went in the home run derby and didn't hit a home run.
Yeah.
That's the point of being in the home run derby. So sorry about it.
You don't come back.
But D-Mac, here's the overriding point, and people are going to laugh at this when I talk about Malcolm Rodriguez. So, this would be a Sam Flannel laughing point, I think, and it goes to show.
Because first of all, Malcolm Rodriguez isn't about any stat. It's about intangibles. It's about versatility. It's about the number one thing. It's about intelligence and being able to play all over that field, offense and defense, special teams.
This isn't high school, bro.
He's a Swiss Army knife for this team. That's where his value is. Now, you don't want him to be your starting guy, and you don't want him to have to bear whatever brunt at whatever position, but here, there, doing this, picking up a block here, running the backfield, running out for fullback, filling in as linebacker to whatever else. He is a special guy. He's made himself, like I said, he's a Swiss Army knife for this team. And the head coach is telling you that's how they see him. So it's his versatility. To me, number one, right, it's his intelligence and his football IQ. That's the first thing that jumps off the board when they're talking about it. Obviously, he's tough. We know he's undersized, but if you use that to your advantage, just like other teams use different speed guys, offensive guys to their advantage, it can work out. It's not a long-term a solution for a champ, but the long-term solution is Malcolm Rodriguez being able to fill in all over your roster.
Read those stats to me, Daddy.
Cliff Dennis.
That's oh my gosh. Whoa, that one. I want to flag that one.
Can you run that again, please? Please.
Read those stats to me, Daddy.
And you wonder why we never missed that show.
Yeah.
Anyway, you'll like this one, Spenny. Cliff Denna says he needs to be like what Jabril Peppers was to Michigan. You mean like not in the top 30 of any stat, but be a finalist for the Heisman? That Jabril Peppers? No, I get what you're saying, though. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm being a hater, I guess you could say.
Tone,
D-Mac, get your tone. No, but I bring this up, and it's a great pull by Spenny, and it's a great topic by Spenny, because I want people to understand this. Just yet another example of why the Lions are good now, and they weren't before. A 6th-round pick that was an undersized linebacker that started. I think there's an element of truth to this, D-Mac, that started last year as kind of undersized, maybe under speed, but started because he had to start on this team. And as we see the evolution of this team, we see the evolution of him as a player and his value as well. What 6th-round pick in the league is doing this? I can't think of one off the top of my head.
And then it gets you to go back and to think about building this team where we bring up Amon-Ra in the 4th round, and you're talking about 6th round. So you're talking about getting talent out there and using it. I think that's exactly what it is. Somebody in the chat said use a baseball term, utility player. That's exactly what it is. But how valuable is that? Right? That is so invaluable, especially as you're building. You're building your team to be able to plug and play. Do you agree the fact that it's not, he's not a permanent solution, but the fact of the way that if you use him properly, he can benefit you throughout this organization.
The NFL.
You understand this is a guy that can play offense if you need him, defense if you need him, special teams if you need him. How many guys around this league, I'm sure there's a lot of guys with the ability to do it, but never put in that position.
Right. I've never seen such versatility. And you get guys like late round picks play a lot of positions, but I've never seen a 6th-round pick that contributes in a multifaceted way like Rodrigo does on a team that is 8-3, that is a lock to win their division, that is in a battle for playoff seeding in the NFC. Never seen it before, man, especially, too, because of the nature of the timing with Anzalone going down. And here's where, like the people like Sam Flannel and the Brandon Katz of the world, here's where the disconnect happens. In the NFL, what are we in, week 11?
Yes.
Week 12. Week 12.
13.
Right? 13, whatever it is, okay? 13. At this time of the season in the NFL, you're past absolutes, and you're past linear.
Yep.
You are surviving right now. You are figuring it out
and
as you go. And mostly
you're surviving. Why are teams surviving, Neal? Because what is availability throughout the league? They have to figure it out. Whether we talked about it yesterday, quarterbacks going down, top players going down, figuring it out. I will always go back to Dan Campbell a few years ago saying we have to prepare like every starter is going to go down. Malcolm Rodriguez is a prime example of the organization preparing for something to happen, and it happened to Anzalone. So that's the one thing. Do you trust in the fact that Malcolm, no matter what it is, I think that we all trust in the fact that we know what we're going to get. The effort, right? He's going to be one of the smarter guys out there. It's just the one thing is being undersized. You don't want to put him in a bad situation.
No doubt.
Right? So it's by committee. It absolutely is. But his value to a winning team, does every good team have the sort of Swiss Army knife guy? And usually it's that receiver or that third down back that returns punts or kicks or whatever like this that makes a big run or does something special.
Always.
Always.
Look at the Chiefs last year. The whole backfield were rookies.
Your great guys got to be your great guys, but it's that who's going to step up, who's going to be that receiver, who's going to break that tackle, return that kick, that extra 30 yards, put you in field goal position.
Yeah. Who's the guy with the mid-career that's going to step up and score maybe the most memorable goal in the history of a franchise? Who's it going to be, D-Mac?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know who it's going to be.
It's just you never know.
I know if I'm going out for a drink, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be Hamlin Pub because it's a bar where everybody is a regular, whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on a Thursday. Wait a minute, what's today?
Thursday.
Wow, how about that? That's all about, that is timing, as they would like to say. Get to Hamlin Pub tonight for half-off pizza on a Thursday. Game day specials during all Michigan sports and NFL games. What game's going to be on tonight?
NFL.
On a Thursday.
Wow.
So here you go, everybody. Game day specials, half-off. Why am I even talking to you right now?
Wow.
Why? It's pretty clear. If you're going out tonight on a Thursday, we voted yesterday was low-key one of the better days of the week.
Yeah.
Because it's so versatile. Hamlin Pub's the play. Go to hamlinpubs.com. It's a bar where everybody's a regular. 7 locations in the Metro Detroit area. There. I did it all for you guys there. Hamlin Pub Thursday night. Let's go.
Wow.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Neal Ruhl here for Feldman Automotive Group. 18 Feldman Automotive locations throughout the Metro Detroit area, which means there's one close to you where you're sitting right now. Of course, we're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi every other Monday. We talked to Ryan Poulter today. He can't come on the show today because it's the last day of the month, and they're slinging deals right now at Feldman Chevrolet. Go to any, bricks.
All white bricks.
White tan bricks. No, but again, Feldman Chevrolet, you guys know where the spot is right there. Slide through. If you're even considering getting a new car right now, today is a good day to kind of slide on through and see what you can work out there. Ryan Poulter told us they're motivated to move some cars. It's the end of the month right now, so do it. 18 Feldman Automotive locations. Find out which one works best for you. All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. I'm already going to tell you guys. I'm warning you right now, D-Mac. This segment's going to be hijacked by the people in the chat thread, and it's brewing.
Good.
All right?
Good.
It's brewing, and we're going to come to a moment here. I do want to give a shout-out to Amazon, purveyor of Thursday Night Football. Not for the reason you think. Not because there's a watchable game, D-Mac, tonight. You going to tap in? Seahawks, Cowboys? You will.
I got the Wings game, but I'll be tapped in a little bit.
Okay.
It's a good game tonight, isn't it?
It is a good game. Seahawks, Cowboys, good game.
Yeah.
Lots of interest here, and I'm sure a lot of us will be tapped in.
Real quick, who do we want as Lions fans? Does it matter who wins?
Not really.
Not really, because they're both not going to win their division.
It's gonna.
Yeah.
Do you plan on seeing more of a chance to see the loser of this game or the winner of this game, depending on what it is? Because this is going to be probably Most likely your first round.
Yeah, probably more likely to see the loser.
Okay.
I need Zach Charbonnet to go off.
Like for what? What's that mean, go off?
Well, Kenneth Walker's out, so I want I want him to go for 110 all-purpose yards, a tutty or two, 6 catches.
Oh, Jesus.
That's it?
That's all.
I mean, he's going to be their workhorse tonight. Walker's out, so he's going to get a lot of go.
Well, they proved They proved it last week. If you watch that Seattle game, they didn't shy away from him.
You know what the problem is?
Bring him home.
They're going against late November Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, who even you're buying into right now. There's no chance they're going to play with the lead, Spenny. They're going to be behind the whole time because
throw him the ball.
Mighty Dak is over there.
And you know that Dallas pass rush is going to get to what's his name? Gino. And so he's going to have to dump it off to little old Zach Charbonnet, who can scamper his way around the field.
Get you a little 11-yard completion on 3rd and 28.
Yeah.
It's
solid 2 points.
Bring it home.
Yeah, bring him home.
I did want to give a shout-out to Amazon, not for actually having a watchable Thursday night football game, but it all came together for me during the commercial break. I got a little alert from Amazon, which we all have the Amazon app on our phone, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And we all buy stuff from Amazon, correct?
Correct.
So
I got all my Christmas presents.
And we have the app, so we know when the packages get delivered, correct?
Correct.
So you're always gonna have your alerts on for Amazon.
Yep.
They low key hit you with the Prime Thursday night football tonight, and it was disguised just like one of your package alerts.
Those little bastards.
Props.
So they put it on everybody's radar.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's
Bezos is
radar,
the
just in
mind flayer.
case.
You got to give it up, man.
Your normal viewing. Like, what else would you watch? Do you have a Thursday show?
I don't watch shows.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a Thursday show? Is there a program?
Jujutsu Kaisen comes out on Thursdays. Well,
What? Bless you. What'd you say?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Bless you. What'd you say?
There's not going to be one.
So, like, I want to go back to Dak Prescott being Dak Prescott. So, do you think that you still don't believe in him and stuff like this? Is this where it starts tonight?
No.
Oh, no. Because
I've seen this act.
He's going to cook it.
Yeah, I've seen this act many times over. Now, I was looking at schedules this morning. I did see that next month, which is December, which is about the time the clock strikes midnight on Dak Prescott, as we've seen before in the past. I think he's going up against Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, I believe. Is it Josh Allen? I know it's Josh Allen, Tua, Jared Goff. He's going up against 4 top 7 defenses, or 4 top 7 offenses in the league. So we'll see. We'll absolutely see. So it's about that time, though. You still got a day left in November, so you still get November. November Dak, a close cousin to the Michigan September Heisman. Are you familiar with it? Yep. I know you're familiar with it.
You've seen that he's plus 800 for MVP. I sent that to you, right?
Yes.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Crumble your money up. You know what you're better off doing with that? You got a business or something, D-Mac, when you come out with a new cannabis line or whatever, you know what you should do with any money you would bet on Dak Prescott to be the MVP? Well, you could do that, or if you have a business, you even, Spenny, you have a show, though, Woodward Heavyweights. Yeah. Here's a better use of that money than betting on Dak Prescott to win the MVP. If you're going to bet $100 on him, you get 100 singles instead. You write Woodward Heavyweights, Woodward Sports on every single dollar bill. You put it in a bag in the backseat of a convertible. You put the top down and drive down the freeway.
That's fair.
That's a better use of that money than betting on Dak Prescott. If you bet on Dak Prescott to win the MVP, you're setting your money on fire.
Rain's going to prove you wrong.
I know.
It's a rain season. In the cold Dakota rain.
Yep. It never pours, but it rains. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know. Tell me more.
That's a bar.
Breaking news.
What?
Can we go to the chair camera?
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Can we go to the chair camera?
The chairs are in the way.
They are? Yo, hold on. Mike Gentry.
Chairs, hurry.
Hurry up.
Get them out of the way.
Yeah, let's go, Gentry.
Get them the fuck out of the way.
Do you have it? Do you have the shot?
Oh, yeah, we got the shot.
Okay, go knock on the window. Go knock on the window. You see there just to the left of the chair, everybody? You see that head in there? Look at that! It's Juicy J! Hollywood!
They got the cameras out.
Oh, look it up.
man.
I'm glad Jeff listened to the first ad break, and you know what? Even he knows that no matter what, even if he's looking for stats from Daddy, he can go to Lady Jane's for a haircut.
He's going to be in the new commercial. That's what's going on.
There's no question.
Photo shoot. Got to bring Hollywood. Free labor.
What do you think he's saying in that chair right now, BMG?
F you, Neal.
This guy will not stop coming.
No, I don't think he's saying that. That would be borderline offensive.
Who knows? It's another day for Jeff. Just another photo shoot.
No, absolutely. Okay. Here's what I wanted to bring up real quick. Brandon Katz, Cliff, everybody in the chat. Brandon Katz. Detroit needed Chase Young. The Lions' pass rush is complete trash.
I agree.
Brad didn't pick up the phone to call. Need to at least make the call for Chase Young considering how cheap he went for. Guys, for the last time, this is the last time I'm speaking on this one. Brandon, Cliff, Spenny, you give this theory some water, so I'm not yelling at you here because you do buy into some degree.
I do.
Okay. Here's the deal, guys. For the very last time, like your little theory of he at least needs to make the call. Okay, that's your theory. How about my theory? Did you ever think that maybe he wasn't available to the Detroit Lions? Who traded Chase Young? Spenny? Who traded Chase Young from Washington?
Martin Mayhew.
Martin Mayhew, yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. Where did Martin Mayhew work last?
He was here.
San Francisco.
Or San Francisco. And then
Where did he
here.
get fired
Right.
from?
Detroit.
You see how
And
these
if you
things
don't
work?
think that matters, then you don't have
D-Mac,
a clue.
I defer to you.
Nepotism is the biggest tism in sports, no matter what it is. It's serious. You might think baptism, you might think, but nepotism, it is. So the fact, and I don't know. Do you guys have feelings? Do you let sometimes your feelings into making a decision? Go into that. And here's the thing, Neal, because here's the one thing, right? To the San Fran, people have to understand this. The deal was probably sweeter or easier, right? You're going to make that deal to Detroit. You're going to tax Detroit on that. So the tax there to
Listen
Detroit.
to this, man.
So what did San Fran give up? First, what did San Fran give
Conditional
up?
third round.
Conditional
pick.
third rounder, yep.
A conditional third. So you know what it would have been? It would have been a conditional third and a fourth or whatever else. And what did we just get done talking about? Malcolm Rodriguez and whatever. This organization can't give up fourth rounders because they come and play and become pseudo Hall of Famers.
And D-Mac, through all this, the Detroit Lions, yet and still, are in talent acquisition mode.
Yes,
they are.
because we're at the beginning of our window. We're in our window, but now it's for now, the next year and the year after to acquire all that.
So the statement is as follows. For the Cliffs and the Brandon Katz out there, the same way you think he didn't make the phone call, I am of the opinion he was never available to Detroit. Martin Mayhew traded him from Washington to San Francisco where he worked last. Why? Why would he deal with the organization that fired him? Think about it. And you guys are the same way. I know I would be the same way. I'm just being honest about that. So there you go. Spenny is as big as a Chase Young guy as there was. He invented the movement.
Yeah.
And even he kind of tips a cap and says, I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know that for 100%
I'm going to give a
fact.
shout out to Joint because yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Yes, the trade to be different teams. Why is it when somebody's available or whatever, do we look at either his agent or the general manager? Is there a relationship in any sports? Did this guy come from here? Right? What did it used to be with the Tigers? San Diego. Right? The Randy Smith, the freeway, right? Look for the past. There's always ones there. And the fact is, there's also too, Neal, maybe it was too big of an asking price, or maybe does anybody say that it wasn't their guy for the price that they wanted to have?
I'm not even going there, but I'm taking that one out because the people won't accept that. They'll accept. Look at this. Look at this.
I mean,
they have the photographer out. Look at this. Look at Jeff Iafrady. Smile for the camera, Jeff.
Hey, you better watch out. He might unplug those hairdressers. He might lose all the hairdressers in the world, just like he tried to do with the weed.
Hey, can we split shot the commercial? Do we have that capability?
No.
We don't have that capability? Like picture in picture?
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Jeff Cam?
I can do that.
We can Jeff Cam it with the commercials.
I don't know what the next Lady Jane's commercial is, though.
All right. Well, there it is. Jeff Iafrate, a media creation.
And you wonder why we call him Hollywood.
You don't
Hollywood being Hollywood right there.
You don't have to wonder, and you don't have to wonder where to get your pet supplies either. Not where you think you should.
No, you shouldn't. You don't have to wonder. All you have to do is go to Premier Pet Supply, because Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, and curbside home delivery. Make sure you go to Premier Pet Supply to give your pet the best. It's www.premierpetsupply.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, like the whip of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's gassy. It's aggressive. It's named after your Detroit football team. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. Spenny says they're so smooth. Find them at Dispo Spencer for 25% off. Code word Woodward Glorious, or do what Gentry does. www.gloriouscanna2ends.com.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl and Darren McCarty and Spencer Raxter. And, of course, Big Mike Gentry as well. Jeff Iafrate in the Hollywood cam getting his I don't even know if he's getting his haircut. He's just in the commercial.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely wow. But hey, that's Jeff Iafrate.
He's a legend.
He is a legend. Nick Lucido in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. It's wicked awesome. LOL. Well, Nick was at the Oakland game yesterday. One of our resident New York folks. He's a big Rangers fan, and he's like, when the Wings were up 2-1, he told me that, said, "Don't worry, Neal. The Rangers will come back and win." And he was right.
Well, I mean, it had that vibe, of hanging on vibe and whatever else, where you see the ice is, a little bit tilted, and you're not going to make excuses, but you have to be better. You got to find a way to get a point in those games, and that's the biggest difference, right? So it's not the end of the world, right? Husso played well. Just got to be a little bit better. But again, last night was a perfect example of where your power play can bail you out. So I mean, New York was the better team for the 60-minute games. But you weren't going in there thinking, you're going to win. Tough place to win anyways. So now you just got to bounce back and win tonight. Tonight's imperative. Then you've got 4-1 in your last 5.
Just like having Jeff.
Are they rotating different? They're rotating different stylists in to do the hair, right?
Yes, they are.
Wow, that must be some sick hair.
Absolutely. Jeff Iafrate, everybody, as Hollywood as it gets. Tammy Chin says, "I want to give a shout out to Spenny. You're looking good, sir. You are, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, getting that work in.
Grinding.
You're not. I mean, obviously, you're no Jeff Iafrate.
No.
Never be good enough for a photo shoot.
No.
But you're looking good.
But you're looking good, though,
Thank
man.
you. Appreciate you.
You'll never be Jeff Iafrate.
No. I can only hope. I can only aspire.
Speaking of Spenny, I love those jerseys.
Yeah.
Those old retro ones.
Those are my favorite one.
Those are cool ones. I did want to give you props to that.
Cody Ingle says bad takes must get you a commercial spot, huh?
Oh! Yeah, I heard Flannel's up next.
Oh! And the 2 to 4 crew is here early. Oh!
What the fuck?
Speaking of 2 to 4, you know what Maz was telling me yesterday? And I know we're like way off topic here, guys, but there's a segment of you that like this kind of conversation.
I do. I got to hear this.
Maz told me, he goes, yeah, it was something that they had to overcome, something with the show, and he's like, see, you say we get everything. We don't get everything. We barely have anything on our show. Bro, they change out the equipment and remotes for you because the microphones aren't good enough for you. They look good on us, though.
I would love to see what that mishap was, what it was, to see where it would rank, and
R.I.P. Parker.
probably like a 2 out of 10 compared to what Spencer and Gentry have to deal with on a daily here.
I just know JV got blamed for it.
Yeah, so just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, it is. People talking about Jeff. Here's a good shot of him now. Look at, he's kind of facing the camera, Spenny.
Come on, Spenny.
Hurry.
I'm dealing with some shit.
I don't. We got to hurry. We don't care. Look there. Look at him. Look at him. Look at they're like getting close up and everything. Look at that. This is what bad sports takes get you. This is what 37 minutes of top 10 lists get you. Commercial shots. What a time to be alive. Oh, yeah. LFG says, Big D Energy off script, 2 thumbs up. What? Ryan's reaction, why are they taking photos? It's got to be a Lady Jane's commercial thing, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah, I would hope so.
No,
I mean,
but you never know.
Or it really takes 5 people to do that hair.
Yeah. But we've seen this before, though. Jeff Iafrate has had photogs around him before at all times.
That is true.
I did the Lions pregame show with him. The photogs were out. Like paparazzi-style photogs. So, I don't know. It's one of those things, dude, where I don't know. Real quick, Spenny, I know your answer because your answer is always the same. Lions go after Marcus Peters or Shaq Griffin?
I think they should. I'd rather have one of those guys out there than Will Harris if somebody gets injured.
Why is no one signing them?
What the fuck?
All right, good talk. BMG, why is no one signing Shaq Griffin right now?
I don't know.
It just got released yesterday.
It was yesterday? I thought it was 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
but you know how this stuff works, though.
I heard the Lions were interested in Marcus Peters. I don't know if that was just like a fake Twitter post, but
I believe
I would go get Marcus Peters.
Believe they both have some tread on the tire.
Yeah,
left,
they
don't
are both a little bit older, but
I mean, yeah.
So I guess it comes down to price point or whatever. But I'm more with Spenny. We need to add some security. Like we just experienced our linebacker going down, and we were talking about how we're gonna, step in and fill that void. Well, we're thin on secondary. Obviously, waiting for C.J. Gardner-Johnson to come back and stuff like this. So any help would be good help. I'm more. I like the progression more of Will Harris, but to Spenny's point, I don't want him starting.
No, definitely not.
You're in trouble.
No, yeah.
If he's starting. So.
Hey, and Jerry.
I mean, what is the downfall?
Jerry Jacobs hasn't been a picnic lately either. You know
They've
what I'm
all
saying?
struggled, right?
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what they do.
I mean, we all
able to make
agree
that
we
move.
need some. Right, other than wouldn't that be secondary to the to pressure from the defensive ends? Is another corner, like a useful body, a guy that that can play, has played. Both those guys have played legitimate minutes. I think there's a little bit of tread left on the tire. It comes down to the price point, doesn't it?
Oh, it always comes down to price point. Matt Vervilli, LOL, let's talk Pistons losing streak. No, we did that in the first segment.
Did Google just die or something? I don't know.
What do you mean?
It's not letting me sign into any accounts.
Well, I don't know. Rest in peace to Google.
R.I.P. Google.
Yeah, rest in peace to Google.
You had a good run.
They got the hairdryer out now. on Juicy J. And it's like, for the hair drying elite, can somebody understand? I don't know if you can see it right there. It's got the really thin, like, like the regular hair dryer, right? It's like the big circle. It's got the like super thin attachment. Why? What's the purpose? Anybody? Nobody knows? Spenny, you're a hair drying guy, aren't you?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. LFG says Marcus Peters would grade out the same as Jerry Jacobs and Harris.
Would you rather have Will Harris or Marcus Peters out there? Comes down to it. Playoff game. Jerry goes down with a twisted ankle.
You got to have the experience.
Yeah.
You got to have the experience where you're at right now. Do you not?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to supply some backups, and you know what? Like, arguably, I got to think Marcus Peters is a little bit better. Maybe he's deteriorated that much, but I leave that up to Brad Holmes to decide.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, for that crowd, like the transaction crowd that we talk about all the time.
That's a transaction.
It's a transaction. Yeah. And like it's funny to me because we're not privy to those conversations, man. Like being in the room, is he washed? Like, what's the story? So, I don't know. This was a guy, he was a $42 million guy.
Real quick. Is cornerback the position as far as you fall off the hill? Like as far as speed? Because, you got to run with the receivers and be in that you got to be really smart to do that. But is that the position that we see fall off quickest?
Yeah, because it's Twitch-based. What's the first? You tell me, D-Mac.
Yeah,
what was the first thing to go for you?
I'm thinking that's what it is because it's keeping up with the speed. And you look at the way that the game's called, right?
Right.
The game's not called like when we grew up watching it where guys could get away from, how many times you see a corner jam a guy for 5 yards and it looked like he was mauling him, but he couldn't get through the 5-yard grace period, so guy would just keep him there. Now it's about running these 4-2s and 4-3s and covering this the way that the NFL calls the games, right? Offensive base. So it seems like, and that would be the only deterrent. But yes, you're talking about a name, but you're talking about a guy that's got some stats. And if you're not talking about starting, you're talking about in case of filling in and backup. Then I don't see unless they're over the hill and they don't think that they could play.
Detroit Arrow says you got to do your homework before you go out and pick one of these guys up. So Spenny, I'll put it on you because you're always pro transaction. What I know you're dealing with some stuff right now. I see you back there stewing. Maybe I'll put it to the chat. What's the number then? All right, transaction crowd, you're the GM. What's the number? You tell me. BMG, you tell me. What's your number?
I'm not even sure what you would pay for a guy like Marcus Peters, but I know the chat's been kind of getting on him. He has had some stretches where he's been bad at tackling and whatnot, but I still think he's an upgrade to our cornerback room. But I'm not too sure, Neal. You're usually the numbers guy. I would go to you on that.
I don't know.
I'm not too sure.
I'll tell you this. As it sits right now, Lions got it about 3.6 in cap space. 3.6 million.
Yeah.
So what's the number? I don't know. Now you'd be signing them probably the rest of the year or whatever. So I guess that money is fairly small in the grand scheme of things. But again, it comes down to the fit. Peaceful Tim, he's a self-centered diva that can't play. I'm good. So okay, there it is. William Rhodes, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
I mean, I guess it all comes down to it if they want to come here, if they want to play. I mean, it's just for the end of the year or whatever. So it's all got to make sense. But it's not like you're sitting there with a ton of money. And plus, I don't want to pay him over anybody come in over $2.5 million. $2 million. I mean, I don't know. Can he incentive base at the playoffs? And
since we're a little more than halfway through. Like if you give him $2 million, you're in essence paying him 5.5-ish over the course of everything. Spenny, we good to go to break?
Yeah.
Well,
I just can't do anything on YouTube.
Okay, gotcha. I'll tell you what I can do. I can tell you about Planet Fitness though. I was just there today. Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. Tons of equipment. You're never waiting for anything. Tons of cardio, tons of weights. Oh, by the way, it's cheap too. $1 down, $10 a month. That'll get you access to your home club. If you're a Globetrotter, the Black Card's your play. And it's only $24.99 a month. You get access to every single Planet Fitness in the world. Over 2,400 of them. Over 50 of them in Metro Detroit. It's all there for you. An army of cardio equipment. You got some jackass on there running a 10K? Doesn't matter. There's treadmills all over the place. You can go do what you got to do. Planet Fitness. I've been a member there 3 years. I can't recommend it enough. I love being a member at Planet Fitness. Go to planetfitness.com, join there, or pull in the parking lot. You can join in person. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Let's talk about Outdoor Equipment Company, official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan grown, family-owned bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handhelds, even weed whippers. They got Liberty trailers, Generac generators because the weather is turning. Make sure you get your Snow X plows and salters. Outdoor Equip Co. has it all. You can buy it, you can rent it, zero. Yes, 0% financing delivered to your doorstep. Go to OutdoorEquipCo.com today. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, and D-Mac, Darren McCarty, Spencer Raxter, Big Mike Gentry. All of you in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Appreciate you spending part of your day with us here. Get your thoughts out there. We'll read them, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Mike M., I was in the Planet Fitness in Portage last night. I did want to send a shout-out. I believe it was Andrew Kavanaugh. I met him at Planet Fitness the day before Thanksgiving. I was working out at the one by the airport, before we flew a charter flight to the Cayman Islands.
Of course you did. Had to get that last glaze in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just so when he got off the plane into the sun,
yeah.
It was like...
But he comes up to me, he goes, "Are you Neal Ruhl?" And I always get nervous when somebody says, because you don't know if it's the IRS. Like, you don't know. You know what I'm talking about, Spenny, right?
Yeah. Listen, you don't need to tell on yourself like that. Yeah. That's D-Mac's world.
Yeah, you don't know if it's divorce papers. You don't know what it is. It's never. It's usually not good, but it was good in this time. But Andrew, appreciate you, man, tapping into the show. Big honor to meet you out there and see you again. He gets his work in at Planet Fitness.
Real quick, Benjamin Foe. D-Mac rides lawnmowers, Jeff gets makeovers. Duality of man. Fair enough. True. Who do you want to be?
Yes. LFG, subtle tropical flex there. Yeah, well, those days are over. It sucks here, man. Like, I was thinking about that today, D-Mac.
Today, sun's out. Today it's 40 degrees, and I thought it was like,
it was like spring break.
I gotta go and hit balls, and it's beautiful.
If this was as bad as it, and there was like no wind, if this was as bad as it got, then I could deal with that. I could. But the problem is, this is as good as it's been in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Can't take it, man. Can't take it.
This morning I did the usual start my car twice before I even look out the window. I start my car twice.
I do
just
too.
Get it warmed up, and I didn't even need it today. I was like, oh, all right. It's not so bad.
You know it's cold when you turn your car on and it immediately goes to your tire pressure gauge, and it shows 31. Right, like they got it. They've been sitting there.
Yeah, no doubt. Tammy wants to know, D-Mac, you at LCA tonight?
Supposed to be.
All right, there it is.
If I am, you'll see me hovering around. Hovering around the concourse before the game.
We're getting down to it in the college football season. And because I want to have the Michigan discussion. We're going to do that next segment. Let's knock out the Heisman thing right now. I did want to get you updated with my Heisman ballot. And as far as that goes, because I do want to talk Heisman for a couple of minutes. Has the award lost its luster? Sure, and there's reasons about that. I think those reasons will come up right now. But not much has changed for me as far as a Heisman goes. I'm still a Jaden Daniels guy. He's done playing, obviously, until the bowl season. To me, it's a wrap. Like, he's won the award, to me. And I know there's going to be a ton of recency bias, and people are going to jump on the Bo Nix bandwagon hardcore because I believe they're going to beat Washington. A lot of you believe they're going to beat Washington. Oregon's a 10-point favorite, 9.5-point favorite in the game, which is kind of wild to me. That seems aggressive, doesn't it, BMG?
No, I saw it yesterday, and I think it was even more than that. I don't know if it went down, but I was talking to my buddy, and I was saying the same thing. That's wild. That is wild.
No, it is. I know in the lines, and look, here's the deal. When I put the ballot up there, I've told you I'm planting my flag. Jane Daniels is the guy. Remember Joe Burrow's season, BMG, D-Mac? You remember Joe Burrow's season? How incredible it was?
How do you know?
Unbelievable.
Jane Daniels' season is better.
And he doesn't have Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
I mean, he's got two good wide receivers, but I get your point.
But he's made them good, too. I
think Neighbors would be good either way.
Mikey, stop for a second.
But one thing, Jaden Daniels rushes the ball too, and that's something Joe Burrow wasn't doing.
Over 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns, running the ball.
Yeah,
he's Lamar, like you said. Lamar Jackson with better take. You just said Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase has two of the top, seven receivers in the league, five receivers in the league. No, the Daniels is unbelievable. He's better than Burrow.
Certified supply chain professional. Burrow had the GOAT QB season in college football history. I mean,
no.
Pull up those numbers, bro.
Cam Newton
was a beast. Lamar was a beast. But the point of the story is this. Here's the real deal, guys. Like, yeah, I have Jaden Daniels winning it. I know he's probably not going to because I know everyone's just going to slobber up the Bo Nix performance when they win this weekend. And that'll cut both ways because if Washington wins, the love will go to Penix because both teams are going to be in the 30s. You know, at least the winning team's going to be in the 30s. So I get how it's going to go, and I get that Bo Nix is probably going to win it because he's minus 150. And I understand that. But, D-Mac, my problem is with the narrative of he lost 3 games, so he can't win the Heisman, where we live in a time and space where Tebow lost 4 games. Lamar lost 3 or 4 games.
What are we voting
Johnny
on?
Football lost 3 games.
What is the Heisman Trophy?
The best college football
individual. Right?
The best
individual college football player. Where does that have to do with wins, losses, team, or whatever? To me, that's the Sam. It should be the Sam Flannel Award for stats and eyeball tests and everything like that. If it's best player, then records should not matter.
Yeah.
Technically. I mean, it does to a point. But again, when you look at it, like the prerequisite of the LSU team, it fits the criteria of holding a Heisman winner. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the stats that are going up and it's Division II or in the MAC or whatever like this where you can poke holes in it. This is in the SEC.
Read those stats to me, Daddy.
You're using... What's that?
Read those stats to me, Daddy.
Oh, God. I might have to go over there right now and just like, what are you thinking? But no, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I do. Yeah, I do understand, and I'm dying on that hill.
It's not best player on best team.
No, it's the best player.
That's a different trophy. They should probably create that so that you can have 2 different votes. Who's the best player on the best team?
Right. No, Jaden Daniels, and to me, it's not close. You can't get over the numbers. And by the way, too,
you just brought up the fact, right? Joe Burrow, right? The fact of the season that he had, we won the Heisman, with the weapons, whatever like this. And this kid's doing the same thing in the air, but then adding 1,000 on the ground.
with 10 touchdowns. It's absurd, man. It's absolutely absurd, and it's getting lost. And look, I know how the problem is the award's media-based. Media vote on it. And I've told you in the past, just for your knowledge, there are 4 writers at the Dayton Daily News in Dayton, Ohio that have Heisman votes. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of absurd when you break the whole thing down.
When do they ever, like,
not watch Ohio State? Yeah.
No, recast. Like say, hey, we're gonna do how many Heisman voters are there?
It changes. So there are people, there are like regional people that oversee it. There's Dons, right? There's godfathers of each family, each Heisman family, the Midwest family, the West Coast family. There's Dons, and they oversee it.
How many families?
What is there? 6 regions, I want to say. West Coast, Midwest, South, East.
So what happens if one of these dudes with the vote passes away?
They nominate somebody else.
Son.
Yeah.
No, but it stays in the family. It stays in the family. It's like the Rothschilds.
Darren, the vote always stays in the family. No, but it's up to this person to nominate people to vote for it. So that's the way that it works.
Oh, that was good.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, so that's what it is. I know Bo Nix is going to win it, but Jaden Daniels was the best player. That's the moral. That's the moral of the story for me. And it is. It's about best college football player. If there were an award for best insurance,
well, it's got to go to Swiss. I mean, we're talking about football. It's on the brain. It's been a great college, great pro season. It's also the perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. So shop it with a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports. They should be covering you too. Give our buddy Mark a call today at Swiss Insurance, 248-800-4177, or go online, SwissINS.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
you guys tired of that same old Detroit sports merchandise, huh? How about you go to woodwardsports.com/shop. Get the Stoke Not Scared t-shirt, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. All of it's represented. It's hoodie season. We're right in the thick of it. It's beanie season. We got you covered. Get rid of the tired old Detroit sports wearables. Go to woodwardsports.com/shop and upgrade your closet, everybody. Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, and D-Mac, and Spencer Raxter and Big Mike Gentry. Mike Gentry working on the Heisman odds right now.
Yeah, I got it for you.
Let me see here. 14 grit, 928 voters from the media and the former winners. The fans get a vote, too, through Nissan. Not each fan, the fans collective. All right, what do you got, BMG?
Bo Nix is -190. You got Jaden Daniels at +145 and Michael Penix at +1,600. The rest of the guys are all +10,000. So pretty much a 3-man race, obviously.
If Jaden was 2.5 to 3 to 1, I would say spin it. But he's not. If you want the value play on that, you say Penix throws for 4 and 5 tutties and they win and they're going to the playoff. Media's dumb.
Your long play rate now is +1,600.
Yeah,
for $20 on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're going to spend $20 on dumber stuff.
Washington wins,
Yeah.
He's gonna spin it for 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And
So, yeah, by those odds, if I had to bet on it, I would probably bet on Penix. But I would say this. I'll give you one here if you like this. And I admit it. See, I do this. Like when I steal something from somebody else, I admit it. There's a betting podcast out there that I listen to that talked about if you like Oregon and don't want to lay the 9.5, just bet Penix to win the Heisman. Because if they win the game, he's probably going to win the Heisman. But that was earlier in the week. The price was a little more manageable at that point. So, but that was a pretty good way. Catspot. Nick's stats are misleading because Oregon has a much better defense than LSU, so Oregon is blowing teams out and not passing much late in many games. Yeah, they're also not playing Alabama and Florida State and all the teams that LSU played either. So there's that also. But yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out. But it is a nice little segue to college football. And I know what this is going to devolve into, and I know it will, but I'm going to, I'm going to try. I'm going to give you guys an honest effort. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, jump into there. And this isn't just to Michigan fans. This is to college football fans out there. So the Michigan State people, please feel free to chime in. All right, Spenny, Spencer Raxter, Michigan State fan.
Yeah.
Is Michigan your favorite to win the national championship? Not your favorite team. If you had to bet your car payment on it, you betting it on Michigan?
No.
Then who?
Well, I mean, I'll have to see who makes it, but...
No, right here, right now, you got to bet your car payment.
I'm betting it.
I'm putting it on Oregon.
Really?
And they're not even in.
Wow.
I don't think they're going to get in.
They're going to get in. They get in where they fit in.
Ooh. Too short? BMG.
Michigan.
Bet it. Okay, natty or bust, right?
Yep. Michigan.
D-Mac, what do you got?
natty or bust?
You got to bet it. You got to bet the mortgage payment.
It's tough. It's tough. I'm gonna go Georgia.
That's what I would lean towards too.
Yep.
And it's hard, right?
3-peat would be crazy.
It would be crazy. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I lost the question, but somebody asked earlier. They said, Neal, God, I wish I had it because I don't want to speak wrong on it. I'll continue to look for it, but in the meantime, I'll answer this one. Eric Burrow. I heard eye test, Neal, when they were talking Florida State. Who makes the top 4 after this weekend? And Eric Burrow, thank you for listening, because I did get some pushback to yesterday's show when we were I was talking about my little theories about how the playoff is going to shake out. Florida State at the 4 spot. They are not, guys, they are not getting in this playoff. And they said it during the last selection show. Their goal isn't to do deserves or who's fair. What's the fair 4 teams to get in? They said it. We're in the business of putting the 4 best football teams in there. Right here, right now, around the room. Is Florida State one of the 4 best football teams without their quarterback?
Without their QB, no.
No chance they are. They're not putting them in there. They're not.
No, we went over this yesterday because we've already seen in the West, right, where you broke it down, where Boise State, UNLV, and our guys in San Jose State all finished tied, and then what'd they do? They leaned on strength of schedule.
Well, it depends on who they're talking about when they do the strength of schedule thing.
That's what I'm saying. So the fact that Florida State, without their quarterback and stuff, you mentioned it yesterday, would they be a 16-point underdog? Right? They're going to go with the game. That's why they're banking. They better hope Oregon wins, right? Because if Washington wins, they're still in the conversation, and I don't know if the NCAA really wants that.
Let's go Red Wings Sparty. I'll try to put the voice on for it. You come to me at my daughter's wedding, and you ask me for a favor to vote for Daniels for Heisman.
I got breaking news. Antonio Brown posted on Twitter.
Oh, God.
He says, CTE don't affect this dick, though.
Fair.
And the number 1 comment under it is Florida Boy 561. He says, modern day Confucius.
That's a bar.
That is a bar.
There it is. I go to Antonio Brown. Okay, I found it here. Bronco 81. Neal, I think Georgia should be in regardless, but if Bama wins and all the other favorites win, do you think Georgia gets left out? No. They're under no circumstance should Georgia be left out of this playoff.
No, you're always talking about how they're going to find a way, like they did last year, to get Michigan, get Ohio State in there. Well, Georgia supersedes Ohio State, don't they? Because being back to back and in that argument.
And I love that he asked this question. Bronco 81 also said, how do you put Bama in that scenario and not Texas, who beat them? Well, Bronco 81, let me play the part of the bowl.
Here we go.
The bowl championship selection committee. Let me play the part of that. Great question, Bronco 81. I appreciate your interest in the college football playoff. As we look at the eyeball test and what's happened coming down the stretch of this football season, it's clear that Alabama team in September is not the Alabama team that we saw. And when you build a resume, when you look at resume and what we're tasked to do here as a committee, what we believe to be the case is you look at quality victories. There is not a team in the country with a higher quality victory than what Alabama had over Georgia. They're the SEC champion. That's why we put Alabama in over Texas.
Bars.
Yep.
They can record that and play that.
Show me those stats, Daddy.
Yeah. That's it, Bronco 81. That's why. In no universe is Florida State getting in this thing. So there is a spot that's wide open. And, it's funny because you can work backwards. You can work backwards on that. Roberto Colosia, fun fact, J.J. McCarthy's 200-1 to win the Heisman. So there's that. I didn't say that, everybody. Mason Leach, I hope Neal is wrong. I pray Neal is wrong about the playoff committee. I don't know why. I'm giving you guys reasoned logic right here. But see, like the whole Texas thing, like you need to be careful when you open that up, right? Say Florida State wins and they're undefeated, and you don't buy into my theory about how they're in the business to get the 4 best teams. Say Florida State wins. Say Washington wins. Say Georgia wins. And when you start going through it and you start building the cases, like, look at quality of wins from the 4 teams that are in there. Look at quality of schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to be careful with that stuff.
Does anybody know who were the preseason playoff, like, before the regular season started? Who were the 4 teams?
I think it was Georgia, Michigan,
Alabama,
and Oregon. I think.
Yeah. It doesn't vary unless somebody pops out and, the past stuff like this. It's already pretty much, like you said, the narrative's already already out there. And it's so funny, Neal, because we're usually having this conversation at this point of the season every freaking year.
Right. And Will S. says Ohio State will get in, and a lot of people are laughing at him. But I gave you guys the path for that. I gave you the path.
We saw it last year. They already told you. They've already, like, how can you argue with the path that they've shown you just a year ago they used?
Remember, and again, we go back to it last year, and I'm going to do the Iron Mike Sharp here and pat myself on the back about it, because I told everybody that. I told you that back in August of last year, September, October. I said Michigan and Ohio State are going to get in. And remember, DMAC, how was that received? Laughter.
Right.
No way, no chance.
Until it happened.
Until it happened. There is very much a path for Ohio State to get in this thing. Very much a path. Now, a couple things, like Washington has to lose for Ohio State to get in, but they lost the game to Michigan, so that's the chair they have in the game. So I'm excited to see this play out because I've seen it before. 14 grit. Georgia loses and Oregon loses. Alabama and Texas are in. I would disagree with you on that 14 grit. Washington would be in. Georgia would be in. I believe Alabama would be in your scenario. And they're going to kick Florida State out, and they will try to find a way to get Ohio State. Then you have the Ohio State-Texas discussion. You know what I'm saying?
Here's a question for you. What if Michigan loses this weekend?
What if Michigan loses? They're still in.
I think so, too.
They're still in. They are not taking the Golden Goose out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, I get it. I get it. That would be just such an atrocity, though, right? It'd be almost like you're not allowed to go if you lose to Iowa. Who's Neal? Has it changed, or is their point total still 6.5?
Still the same. Cat spot. Ohio State's not getting in over a one-loss Oregon team. No? Cat spot. You've been trained as a lawyer. What happens to all that bowl money?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
What happens to all that bowl money if Oregon gets in? What happens? You tell me, Cat spot. You're a legal guy. What happens to it? I know the letter of the law says that the Pac-12 would have to act in good faith. But who's the remaining members? And the Pac-12 will be a certified conference next year with Oregon State and Washington State, if they so choose. What happens to that money? They're supposed to act in good faith, but who's your first phone call to? Your lawyer, right?
What do I have to do with this?
Now, what would you rather do, Cat Spot? You're trained as a lawyer. Would you rather just take Ohio State, or would you rather deal with that? I tell you what I would do. I'm just going to take Ohio State. And I'm going to get better television ratings. So where's the loss for me? It's not the 4 most deserving teams. It's the 4 best teams. So again, before we cut to the break, who's the 4 best teams, Spenny? Who's the 4 best teams right now?
Oregon, Washington, Michigan, and Georgia.
So you think that Washington would beat Alabama?
Best teams. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
You stand on business.
Yes.
I can't crush you on that. I disagree with that, but whatever. BMG, who's the 4 best teams?
I would say those same 3, and then I think Oregon. Yeah, I don't know. Alabama's defense has been looking very good, obviously, and Jalen Milroe has been playing a lot better, but I'm still going to go Oregon here.
Okay, I can't kill you on it.
Yeah.
D-Mac, who's the 4 best teams right now?
Michigan, Georgia. Alabama, Ohio State.
See? There
Oregon,
you go.
Ohio State or 4. You know what? It all depends on
interchangeable,
this weekend, right? Like Alabama. Here's the whole thing that you can never count out Nick Saban in Alabama, right? That's why you need Georgia to just bury them and get them out of the way. But yeah, put it this way: we're not having a problem next year.
No, we're not.
Not having a problem next year.
And
but to me, while you guys are talking, so the NCAA, the playoff, 4-team playoff is like the Heisman Trophy. It's like the Heisman voting.
Yes.
It's right. Like it's not. It's best team or whatever. Like that. It plays out the sort of the same way.
It certainly does. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Dan Wood, did you do the Thursday picks yet? No, we did not. We are going to do that one coming up.
Neal, real quick, I think the question is a team that gets left out, right, of the playoffs, could they win the national championship?
Depends on who that team is.
That's what I'm saying. Right,
there will be a team I think left out that could win the national title.
Okay,
because I do buy
so that's
Oregon.
where the question comes, right?
Yeah, I do buy Oregon like Spenny. I just say if Alabama played Oregon, Alabama would beat them. That's it. That's the only difference. So, and I do also think that comfort foods are good at Big Boy. In wintertime in Detroit, it's always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmigiana or the new Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl.
Man.
More of a breakfast person, the stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe Garden omelet. And what about the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss? Top it all off with the new gingerbread shake. Just go all the way, everybody. Get the gingerbread shake for dessert, huh? Stop by your local Big Boy today. Why do I
Stop
do that with
searching
an
for
Italian
a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
How would you like to win a 100K Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps.
I would take the family.
It's the Citron Energy Drink It and Live It. Purchase 24-pack today and enter to win the 100K Vegas getaway at drinkcitron.com/Vegas and buy Citron at your local Meijer store. Citron, the healthy energy drink with great taste. The choice of people who desire to look good, feel great, and be the best version of themselves. Go to drinkcitron.com/Vegas today and figure out how you can sign up to win.
Bob Dylan with the read, everybody.
Well, there we come around town, and there's a guy over there, and he starts
Still trash.
And then I tell him,
He's
hey,
trash,
buddy,
bro.
how you doing? And he says he's been around.
And flick the cigarette.
He flicks the cigarette, picks up his hat, says, I gotta go now, hurry, Pat.
He's trash,
Yeah,
bro.
it's hard to listen to.
Sorry about that.
Fucking Bob Dylan better than Bob Seger. God damn it, Flannel.
It's trash, bro.
I'd rather
Will S. I think Georgia-Bama game is close. Michigan blows out Iowa, and Michigan jumps to number 1. And let me just cut that off for all the Michigan people that are going to flip out, because you'll see it flip out. Michigan going to number 1 will have nothing to do with what happens on the field, because they will do whatever it takes to, especially if Oregon wins. They're going to shoot Oregon to 3rd, keep Michigan at 2. Even if Georgia lost, they would keep Michigan at 2, and they would have them play in the Rose Bowl.
I wish I could make polls right now.
That's how that's going to go down. Whatever it takes to get Michigan, Oregon in the Rose Bowl is what they're going to do. Just so you guys know.
We all see.
Yeah. And because, hey, let me ask you guys this. Is there a world where there's not an SEC team in the playoff?
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that tells you that that SEC team is going to be playing in the Sugar Bowl. Guaranteed. Unless 2 SEC teams get in, then Michigan will be playing Alabama in the Rose Bowl.
Ooh, that would suck.
BMG, that same mortgage thing, if that scenario I laid out plays itself out.
It still stands, but it would definitely suck to play Alabama first. They're a team that I wouldn't want to face. Obviously, they're on the come up now. They've been playing well since really that Texas game. So,
yes,
no, I wouldn't want to mess with those guys.
But yeah, so it is.
What throws a wrench in to the NCAA? Like what makes them go, oh my God?
Nothing.
Like, nothing.
Because they have the control.
Alabama beating Georgia, Oregon winning, Florida State winning, all that. Like
Florida State is out no matter what.
Do you think they even beat Louisville?
You really think an undefeated Florida State team
Absolutely.
that wins the Pac-12
Spenny
or whatever ACC?
Do you think Florida State's one of the 4 best teams?
No, but you
then
can't
they're out.
hold them out if they're undefeated.
Yes, Spenny, it's not about fair.
An undefeated Power 5 team has never been out of the college football playoff. Never.
Because they haven't had to be.
See, I think Florida State is that one team that has the pedigree that they will undefeated allow them in, whether they're the best team or not. Like I just think that for some reason Florida State, with their old cachet or whatever like that, will be tough to dismiss. Undefeated. I agree with you. But there's still something going, but what if? That's why I'm wondering, like, what is the worst case scenario for the NCAA as far as how
Florida? The worst case scenario would be Florida State winning 42-3. That would be the worst case scenario, which A, won't happen.
Right.
But B, even if that does happen, they will still say the eyeball test, strength of victories. They will talk about that.
And they're giving the old, you know what? If this was next year,
you'd be in 100%. I'm just telling you, this is
you're going,
this is the hill I'm dying on, everybody.
You're going Old Boy Network.
And it's undefeated.
Yeah.
Rad says, well, you know what FSU could do then? Exactly what Rad says here. If Florida State goes undefeated, doesn't get the college football playoff, they should just declare themselves national champ. It's the only option.
That's fair.
That's what the Florida teams do, right?
Yeah. Florida Atlantic did it, right?
Central Florida.
Central Florida.
Yep.
That's it, yeah.
Michigan did it throughout the 40s.
Yeah.
And the 30s.
Yeah, see, Waterbounds.
They did!
I know, yeah, but again, it was uncalled for.
To be fair, though, a lot of teams did it. Alabama claimed one. I think they were like 7-3.
See, you should lead in with that. That's just like Alabama in the 40s.
That's
Michigan.
bullshit. Like, if it depends on who I lead with, whether or not you choose to accept reality, then I can't help you. Then you should listen to a different show. Turn it on in the morning. Go watch videos of Jeff Iafrate getting a haircut. Allegedly.
There you go.
Allegedly. So that's the hill I'm dying on, though, guys. Like, they are. Florida State is out. They are out. Because it's about the 4 best teams. And right now, they are not one of the 4 best teams. You guys all admit it, man.
Yeah, no. But wouldn't it be awesome if Michigan lost to Florida State without their quarterback in the first round of the college football playoff?
It'd be pretty funny, wouldn't
Shut
it?
the hell up, Spencer.
I don't think Gentry's laughing.
No, that would not be funny.
That's the matchup you want, right, Gentry?
Yeah. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable no matter who they play, but yeah, I would definitely want to play Florida State.
Thorneal Robinson, Michigan national title equals Neal and Michigan apparel for a week.
Ooh. Neal, I'll bet you a coffee on that.
That's a good one. Stand up.
National title?
Yep, and then I'll buy you a coffee. If they don't, you got to wear Michigan gear if they
No,
win.
you got to do something worse than buy them a coffee.
What the fuck do you want me to do?
Wear, I don't know. You got to wear something too. Where's
Why'd you just stand?
Why are you standing up?
The Cherokees going to.
No, I would do that. Hey, I would do that.
It's better getting a little aggressive
Yeah.
standing up. No, you're going to wear something. Can't just be coffee, you pussy.
No, BMG, I'll do that. And
we can figure something out.
Thorneal Robinson, I'll wear a Michigan shirt for a day. 100% I will.
We'll figure something out.
100%.
I would say I wear Oakland gear, but I do that anyway.
You do that anyway. No, I'll take a coffee.
Okay,
I will.
Neal. Here, Bronco 81. Since I asked for it. Florida State wins, Washington wins, Bama wins. What's the Final Four? Or what's the playoff teams?
All right,
Washington's in.
Run that again.
Florida State wins.
They're out.
What did I say? Washington wins and
Bama wins.
And Bama wins. Okay. Michigan, Georgia, Bama,
Washington.
and Washington.
Michigan, Georgia, Bama, Washington.
Yep.
So you're going to play Bama.
Yeah. Bama or Ohio State. One of the two.
But if Bama beats Georgia to still get in, does Michigan have a shot to go number 1?
Yes, they would be number 1.
Yeah, because they would put them number 1, and they would put
So
Bama
then you'd
at
have
4, and they play in the Rose
So
Bowl.
that's what you want, because then you'd have Florida State first game, and then you'd have to play Georgia.
Yeah,
Alabama.
Florida State's out.
Oh, they're out, even though they win.
Any question?
Washington. So then you play Washington.
Well, Washington would probably be 2 if they go undefeated and beat Oregon.
Yeah, and then they'd put Georgia 2, Washington 2, whatever. They would probably put Georgia 2.
Well, they won't want them to replay
because you get to select what bowl you go to.
Yeah.
So that's the way that it will work out. So yeah, any scenario, any question I get that involves Florida State is they're out. They're out, and you'll see. You'll all see. But I'll wear the Michigan T-shirt. But you got to get me a coffee, and I'm getting one of the good ones. I'm doing the DMAC.
The Golden Joy.
Yeah, I'll put the sugar to the side.
Hey, Golden Joy sounds. I mean, that's dangerous. It could be good. Could be bad. I don't know, but you know what? Regardless, Guardian Alarm, they'll have your back. Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts. Professional technicians take time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs, but I need you to call Guardian Alarm today, the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number today, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. They don't care if it's business, personal. Guardian Alarm has your back, but you need to call the number today, 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of Detroit as long as you don't sell the Pistons, Tom Gores. Trick. Put them on the no-fly list.
Dang, he's calling the streets, everybody. Hey, the NCAA doesn't need Guardian Alarm. They're going to keep Florida State out all on their own.
Tricky Spenny says no. Anyways, Guardian Alarm, your local security experts, tell Big D Energy we sent you.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? Well, you expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Avenue, just so 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network back at it, woodwardsports.com, chat, thread. Burn, let's be fair, the first national championship was in a 2-game season with only 2 teams, and they split the championship, so it was always fraudulent. Was that one of Michigan's?
I have no clue.
We'll have to ask Maz. He was wrong.
Yeah, he covered it. He was there. He took the he took the train to the game.
Absolutely.
He was absolutely there. All right, it is time for the picks, everybody. Let's get these things locked. Let's get them loaded. Ryan Poulter from Feldman Chevrolet typically would join us. It is the last day of the month, so they're selling a ton of cars today. He did tell me to tell you guys, like if you low key got your eye on a car, you may want to pull up on them. That's all I'll have to say. You got Poulter's picks?
I do.
All right. Now, we've been away for 2 weeks. The picks kept rolling. During our 2-week absence, Ryan Poulter did go 3-3. So his record has improved to 13-19-1. He has gone with the Houston Texans in his pick arsenal. He has gone with the Detroit Lions minus a 4.5 at New Orleans. He has taken the San Francisco 49ers minus the 2.5 at Philadelphia. There will be some movement this week. The Texans one is interesting to me. Denver's very hot right now, and I was told Russell Wilson is back. And Sean Payton is back.
How many has he won in a row?
A little bit into the sun.
Yeah, so maybe he's flying into the sun on that one. I don't know. I think they've won, 5 in a row or something like that. I think they played the Jets 5 weeks in a row. But they did, they won the game, so good on them. So those are Ryan Poulter's picks. D-Mac, you want to go next here?
Sure.
All right, let's go D-Mac. Now, updating. Again, 2 weeks. I left the door open for D-Mac. He did not walk through it. We'll just say it like that. D-Mac and I have the exact same record over the last 2 weeks. 0-6.
Ooh.
0-6. But D-Mac had enough of a cushion. He's 16-16-1. He's still in position. D-Mac, the floor is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to think Michigan's going to put up some, that game's going to be 30.
The defense can't hold forever.
No, I don't believe it can. So, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't feel good because I got 2 of the same that Ryan's got, but there they are.
21.5 for a championship game, man.
It opened at 24.
Jesus.
The streets are on Iowa. If you want to believe that. There's no way the defense can hold for that. You got to get first downs at some point.
Yeah.
They won't. They won't. It is incredible. But as people tell me, D-Mac, on social media, hey, you better watch how you talk about a 10-win team. No, I don't. Because I see them every week. I don't. Oh, we were just talking, too. Breaking news, by the way. Bailey Zappi getting the start for the Patriots, who is part of the Get Right lineage. 47-20, the Get Right. No, does he have small hands too?
No, I just felt like putting that out there.
But just a little throwback: 47-20, the Get Right BMG. Just confirmed, we are on a 3-game losing streak right now.
It happens sometimes.
But we have 4 units chilling in the cut.
Yep, and that's the get back.
David Montgomery, 4-1 to get 10 touchdowns. We made it a Get Right. But anyway, just to update the people on that. Anyway, Bailey Zappi, part of the Get Right lineage. We took him in his bowl game at Western Kentucky. I forget which one it was. Bailey Zappi over 412.5 passing yards. He threw for like 450 or whatever it was. That is what it's all about. We got home. My picks, by the way, when you're struggling,
you go back to your roots.
And we're still 21-9, so no panic or anything like that. But when you're struggling, you go back to what you know, D-Mac. The Mountain West Championship game. Boise State minus the 2.5 at UNLV. UNLV doesn't even belong in this thing. They don't have the resume to be in it, let alone host. They stole that berth from the friend of the show, Brent Brennan, and the San Jose State Spartans. They were robbed. They were flat out robbed. Boise State will get the revenge. They will beat UNLV. They will beat UNLV. Mark it down. Boise State's gotten hot since they fired their coach. So, they're putting it together. I will take that a step further. We will add that to the Get Right lineage. Get Right pick Saturday, the Mountain West Championship game.
Back to your roots.
Back to the root, everybody. I'm going to bring you back into the bosom.
Nestle at the teat.
Nestle at the teat right here. I'll lift the shirt up for you. We'll put the blanket over it. We got you here.
Yeah, Bono went to biddy.
We got you. Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, Nevada. Boise State will get you right, everybody. The New Orleans Saints. I can think the Lions are going to win the game, but I do think that the Saints will cover. Once the hook hit, D-Mac, that's where they lost me. Once the hook hit, that 17-13's a winner now if you got the Saints. You're still going at it, and props to you. I can't kill you on that. I can't kill you on it. But I will go with the Saints plus the 4.5. This one, and I'm telling Ryan Lentz in the back, the Eagles plus the 2.5. I admit that I may be flying into the sun on this one.
Who are they playing?
The 49ers at home.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
That's pretty crazy.
That they're getting 2.5.
A.J. Brown's going to have 4 touchdowns. Pretty wild. That
he's questionable.
And he's still going to have 4 touchdowns.
I feel like I'm stepping on a rake here in under a leaf pile, D-Mac. Let's talk about this one for a minute.
Still walking through the yard.
Still walking through the yard. Let's talk about this one for a minute. You took the 49ers. You're laying the 2.5 on the road. It's aggressive. It's really aggressive. I don't hate it, though, because 2.5, the Eagles getting 2.5 at home is too good to be true.
No, I mean, as the Eagles,
they got to lose at some point.
The best record in the league at home getting points, it doesn't seem it. The smell test ain't there.
No.
And the fact of what we've seen from San Fran in the past few weeks, there's also a factor of Lane Johnson. Their all-pro right tackles out. I just think that they're due. You see the way that the Eagles have been pulling out games.
They do have to lose a game.
And they're sort of, the Eagles have been sort of flying into the sun with a few of their wins. I think that this week it's just, it's a real deal. Now, I mean, how do you not, I look at, and how do you not take the best team in the league getting points at home?
Yeah. I mean, it's a principle thing. And I don't like it. Just for the crowd. Like when I win that one, I won't gloat about that one because I don't like it. I don't like it. So
But again, this is a typical. You don't choose the games choose you.
There you go. Absolutely. No, this isn't even that. The Boise State one is the game choosing me.
Okay.
The Boise State. I stand on the Boise State one.
Too good to be true to take the best record team in the league at home getting points.
And I can't crush you on that. And you're probably going to be right. And I'm probably going to be wrong.
That's
Yeah, absolutely.
Great way to break it down.
Yeah. So it was crazy to me, man. It's crazy to see that. Spenny, where are you on that? That's a weird line.
That is a weird line. It's maybe they smell something. The Niners have been playing great. The defensive line has looked rejuvenated since Chase Young got there. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be a great game, though.
Mason Leach. Neal is making an emotional pick. I don't do emotion.
I don't think a home dog.
Here you go, Neal. DNC, ENT. Well, Neal, let's work backwards. Are the Eagles going 16-1?
No. Great take. Great take.
One of those spots.
Possibly.
Yeah.
No.
It's a spot. This is a 49ers spot. It is.
And exactly.
I want out of this already. I do. I want out of this pick, but as soon as I click send, you can't unsend.
Nope. Can't unsend.
You can't unsend.
Shout out Herm Edwards.
Yep.
And Brett Favre.
And
can't unsend.
Can't unsend. Brett Favre sent that schlong to everybody.
And everybody got it.
Yeah.
Whether they wanted it or not.
For sure.
And he couldn't unsend it.
Couldn't unsend it.
All right. Tell them about the good people at Dispo.
Absolutely. The great people at Dispo. You too can experience Dispo Romeo, a team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. First ever cannabis mall of its kind is conveniently located off of Van Dyke and 32 Mile up in Romeo. Dispo Romeo is now open late until midnight except Sunday. Can it get any better than that? I think not. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports as Benny's new favorite long drink live every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. Easter Market Shed 5, always a blast. Starts at 9:30 until game time. Official Lions tailgate back better than ever. You can pregame at Woodward Sports. Be treated like a VIP. Food, beverages, entertainment, all included. How do you do it? You get tickets online, bullseyeeventgroup.com, or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and direct message. Lions VIP.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Final segment of the show. Some college football news. DJ Uiagalelei has entered the transfer portal out of Oregon State. I doubt he'll be going to Michigan State. Aiden Childs, right? That's a guy from Oregon State that's going to be the QB for Michigan State next year?
Hopefully.
Hopefully? All right. So that's the word on the street. Wait for December 4th. You are going to see thousands of football players in the transfer portal. Thousands. I forget who it was that was talking. There are anywhere from 8 to 10 seven-figure deal requirements to get some of the top-of-the-line quarterbacks out there. It's cheaper to go to the NFL than it is. It's cheaper to get a quarterback in the NFL than it is to get a quarterback in college football now. And why not? The salaries are higher for the coaches. Spenny, did you see Arkansas hired Bobby Petrino as the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I did.
They couldn't score this year. And no one can quite score like Bobby Petrino.
Fair enough.
Let's just put it like
How
that.
How many years of coaching?
A lot.
Like a ton.
A lot. Yeah, and he's a good coach, man. Good coach. So, Chase says, do you see Matt Ruhl's press conference? Yeah, it was Matt Ruhl that was talking about that. That is true. So, Wilson, 49ers aren't winning a Super Bowl with the rookie Purdy. I don't care what he does in the regular season. Yeah, it would not be optimal to have your running back playing quarterback down 27-7 in the NFC Championship game.
They got a hell of a lot better chance if he stays upright.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to give some Red Wings tickets away, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Spenny, you got the show tonight, right?
Yep.
Okay. BMG, you going to be down there already?
Yes, I will be.
All right, so I'll give him to a listener. Here, I'll do what I'll do what some other people this network would do.
First one to comment what AB said on Twitter.
No, I was gonna do what somebody on this network would do.
Oh, okay.
Third person to follow me on Twitter.
That takes away all the ones already following.
No, I'm just playing. Yes.
First person
to
AB's tweet.
First person.
To call in with the best flannel impression. I'll take 3 calls.
No. First person to put in the chat. These are lower bowl seats for the Red Wings game tonight. Only do it if you can go to the game, all right? And those are courtesy of Sandy, by the way.
Shout out Sandy.
By the way. Hoof-hearted. I'm not on Twitter because I'm a good person. So there's that. Detroit Dabber 313 already going. Good luck, everybody. Thanks, Dabber, for not jumping in when you're already going. So, yes, in the chat thread, first person to put in what Antonio Bryant tweeted. I can't wait for this. Let me know when we got it. In case I miss it, let me know when we get a winner. Because I do want to see it.
AB's tweet that we read on the show
AB's
earlier.
tweet that we read on the show.
You gotta put it in there.
It's gotta be exactly right too. Nick Williams. I believe he's the first, right?
Where? I don't see it.
Nick Williams, CTE don't affect this deek.
Yep, there we go.
Now, which one is it? Is it that or is it Chase Amley? This Deke don't got CTE, though. No, it's Nick Williams, right?
I think it's Robert Colosio, but he can't go. That's unfair.
Yeah. Nick Williams.
CTE don't affect this dick, though.
All right, how about this then, Nick Williams? So you can reach out to me to get them. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram.
Shout out Nick Williams.
Yep, Nick Williams, you're the winner. Wear an Antonio Brown jersey to the game. You're going to the Red Wings game.
Jersey to the game.
Yeah. Shout out Sandy by the way, for the ticket.
Saying Corey Perry has good taste in women.
Do it.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Do it. Yeah, and then have a sign on the person next to you because you're getting 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Then it says, right, Mrs. Bedard? Yeah. Details make it great. Big package Friday tomorrow.
Big package.
All package. We're bringing it back.
Corey Perry to Connor Bedard's mom.
D-Mac, you out tomorrow?
I'm out.
You're out? What do you got going for the weekend?
A lot of different things because we were playing the weeds. Got a little bit of wrestling this weekend, and then actually I'll be out in Chesterfield on Sunday, noon to 2, before the live stream for signing. If anybody's out there.
All right, there you go. Absolutely appreciate it, Spenny.
They're so big.
Big Mike Gentry, Darren McCarty, I'm Neal Ruhl. Nick Williams, hit me up on DM on social media.
CTE don't affect this dick though.
It don't. And it don't affect this show. See you tomorrow, everybody. Well, see you later.